What's going on, YouTube? I'm currently filming on the grass, so I'm gonna make the part 2 to that other video in a second. But I just want to talk about this real quick and how some magic is definitely being used right now to conjure up these clouds and, using this weather machine. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So I left the house, and this park is all of 10 minutes away from where I am. Within that time, y'all, it went from it being sunny to this. So I definitely think that they pulled out that weather machine. And it was interesting, while I was at the house, at 3 p.m., there were a couple people on the street, and then there was damn near nobody. Like, it was quiet from, the witching hour till 4 p.m. And it was interesting seeing, the few people that poured in from about 3 to 3:15 just on that street. And then everyone's off in the house, and I believe everyone was off in the astrals, working, doing some witchiness. It's just my body, I feel, is becoming more sensitive to those vibrations, because I don't know what exactly they were doing, but this is not a coincidence. So I drove over here, and within that time, it started getting a little cloudier, like right near the sun, but it wasn't like this. And I don't know why, but this stood out to me today. There was somebody by the crosswalk abruptly, and the vehicle in front of me halted, and then I halted behind them, and then she walked. And then I came to the park, and there was this little toddler biking up the street, basically right over here to the ledge of right before where the park is, where the street sign is. And she just stopped right there, and I parked the vehicle, and I just thought something was off. I don't know why, but something just felt off. And then the woman walks by, who I am only going to assume is her mother, walks up to her. And they're by the stop sign. So I get my stuff, I come down here, I'm right here, Jay chilling on my blanket. And then I'm on my blanket, and I thought about doing some yoga, and I was like, I'm feeling a little tired today. I feel it's been a day emotionally, so I was like, no, let me just be kind to my body and let me do some meditation. And I thought about sitting, and then I was like, let me lie down. So I lied down. I was not even lying down for 2 minutes, and I felt the impulse to check my phone. Right before I lied down to fully rest, there were these other 360, they're being women, off to the far left of me, and they just started walking and made their way to walk right in front of my blanket before walking to the street and going on about their day. I'm adding that in here just because it was that just felt, I can't even say weird, it feels organized. It feels like somebody has said, hey, these are the stage directions, now follow through. It felt extremely unnatural, and on both ends, from the woman at the stop, at the crosswalk, to these 63 being women that walked in front of me, to the little toddler. And now I'm gonna get into why, with that little toddler on that tricycle with the other woman, why that just felt really off and weird. After the 3 walked in front of me, I ended up lying down, and not even 2 minutes, again, not even 2 full minutes, I felt the impulse to check my phone. So I checked my phone, and I swiped up. I have my data on, which made sense, but my Wi-Fi got turned on again without my permission. And while I checked that, I then felt the gaze of somebody looking at me. So I looked off over to the diagonal right, and it was the woman who was with the toddler. You know, she was saying, "Oh, just wait till I cross the street." By the time like I parked, but she at that point when I switched it off, staring directly at me, and then did and just walked away. So what what is the connection? This has happened on more than one occasion where that vibration, it just feels unnatural and it feels like a stage direction with how the people around me are behaving. And all of a sudden, at some point, my Wi-Fi gets turned on. I'm gonna say without my consent because I'm not saying turned it on. Nobody's asking me. Um, it's just getting turned on, and they're part of the people that are doing it. You know. Now the effect that it has, again, this is not the first time this has happened, where it's gone from sunny to this. Now, I do believe, they got that weather technology, that harp technology, and they got some spells and magic that they're using. But I also want to add that I believe that somehow, some way, with my Wi-Fi getting turned on and this being the result each time, however they are manipulating that spiritual body of mine, they are amplifying these results. Some of my natural gifts, my natural abilities, are amplifying this cloud coverage. And I wish I had more of a breakdown for this is how it's happening, whatever, but that's what my body is picking up on. Something weird happens, some little stage direction, unnatural blocking happens, and then I feel the urge at some point to check my phone. And I notice that my Wi-Fi is on. So this is also important because when I drove over here, again, if I'm not in that house, that Wi-Fi is off. So I drove over here, my data was off and my Wi-Fi was off, but then I turned my data on in my vehicle to listen to some music because I just didn't want to deal with people in that moment. And then I walked over here. So within the time of me gathering my things, walking over here, placing them down, my Wi-Fi got turned on. So whatever that effect is of possibly creating more energy, because we are electrical energetic beings, for it to then be harnessed and used to create more cloud coverage. I mean, there's something going on. There is 100% some type of relationship between this cloud coverage, the thickness, and my Wi-Fi getting turned on, and the type of clouds that they are. Y'all, these clouds are barely moving. They're just stagnant. They're still. That's not some natural, clouds aren't natural to the planet, but of the clouds that we have, those are really different. And I know all these answers will come eventually in the future, but it's just something that I'm picking up on as of right now, today. So for those of you, we are all connected to the planet, absolutely. But for those who may, I don't know if it's they're a little more connected to the planet or it's something else within the energetic bubble that we are in, that when their energy is manipulated, it can have the effect of doing this or something close to this. So check your phone. How often is your Wi-Fi getting turned on when you have consciously turned it off? It happened again when, I said this in the previous video, but at the restaurant today, I parked my vehicle, data was turned on to get there, and then I turned my data off. And then I go in the restaurant, and by the time of my brother and I meeting each other outside the door to us sitting down, less than a minute, it gets maybe 2. No, I'd say within a minute, and then me checking it. So let's say within 2, it gets turned on. I feel like whenever it does get turned on, it's like something or some type of like invisible cord or energy like hooking up to me. I have not felt that. So let's not say that's what I'm stating, but I feel it's something along those lines. Whatever that energy or potential like cord is like hooking up to my aura field. And that more aligned and more powerful spirit body within me, multidimensional body within me. So yeah, just wanted to share that because this is something. I'm not gonna lie, because my head has just been feeling weird today, this feels nice. But yeah, pay attention. Look at the cloud coverage, y'all. It is not even moving. It's not moving at all. Pay attention to your environment. Take in your environment. Really start looking at this world that we have been conditioned to live in. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm gonna end it and say thank you for watching, and I want to send peace, courage, divine cosmic love, and protection to every single Nineteenth being, Anunnaki God and Anunnaki Goddess, who's on their journey of remembering their divinity and remembering who they are. Peace.